Hey there, this is Jennifer, and we are going to kick off this vlog with a little footage from our Monday. We went to the local sale barn to look at some goats and enjoyed a nice lunch at the local buffet. Can you see all the baby goats here? I was so tempted to buy every single one of them. 89 right there now. Another one that's going to be... Hey everyone, happy Tuesday. That footage that you just saw was yesterday. We had the day off for Casimir Pulaski Day here in Illinois. It was a needed day, a much needed rest day. So I did some cleaning in the morning, just kind of hung around the house, but then decided to take my son and his friend over to a neighboring town to the sale barn and watch the goat sale. So we had lunch at like a local buffet, which was really nice, and they loved the ice cream. I'm sure you can tell by the video that I shot there. And my husband is happy because I managed not to purchase any new farm animals while I was there. They had adorable little goats, but they were all males, and we really need some nannies in our herd right now. So I resisted the urge to purchase anything, and I'm sure my husband's happy that I didn't buy anything else. We currently have, let's see, the two twins were born in February. They're both boys, little babies. Their mom, two other nannies, and then one adult male. And then I have 49 chickens and one rooster. So that's where we're at for now. Today is Tuesday, and about a week ago, AT&T was down, and I've just kind of been seeing the memes and people joking about how they're paying us back. I think it was like $5 for that day of no service, which really didn't impact me too much because I was at work anyway. But today, as I'm filming this, Instagram and Facebook are not working, and I was texting my friend about this, and she was like, yeah, when AT&T was down, it was like driving down the road straight into 1992 with the Sirius XM not working and no text messages and all of that. And I just had to cackle. That's hilarious. Totally 1992 vibe. I can do a day without Facebook or Instagram, that's for sure. It's like a needed break that I didn't choose, but here it is, and that's totally fine. So I'm on my lunch break right now on a Tuesday. Morning meetings. I had some IEP meetings. If you've been following me for long, you know that I absolutely love my job as a special ed director. So a good morning of meetings, which some people would say that's horrible. Meetings are horrible. Paperwork is horrible, but I am totally here for it. So a very good morning. And I'm going to take a quick little lunch break here, and then I'll probably see you back tomorrow, which will be Wednesday. Hey guys, back to jump on here and just talk a little bit about how I think I have found planner peace. I'm pretty consistent, I think anyway, in some ways in my planner, but one of the things that I have admittedly kind of struggled with is staying in the same leather cover. Since I've had this Giglio, got it sometime in January 2024 in the anthracite leather, I have not moved out of this cover, and I have not felt the urge to move out of this cover, which is like a first for me. Typically I'm switching maybe every week because I have quite a large collection that I have amassed over, the past 10 years or so. But this just is perfect. And I thought I would jump on here now and do a little bit of weekly planning, which is where I have not been as consistent. I just shared a video about backfilling the past 8 weeks because I wanted to try a new weekly insert from Crefective Paper. So in some ways I have been better and more consistent with my cover, but not as consistent with my inserts. So that's where we're at. Let me flip the camera around and we'll go ahead and get started with a little bit of weekly planning. right, so this is the weekly that I moved into and backfilled the past 8 weeks. This is a look at the current week, and today is Tuesday evening as I'm filming this. And Instagram and Facebook were down today, so I didn't really do a lot of content work or posting there, so I don't have anything on my tracker to update. I did finish my son's invites this morning, so we can go ahead and turn the page and get started on next week's plans. I already have the dates in. I chose just to write those in up here next to the day of the week with my ink pen, and we'll go ahead and start here with the habit tracker. So every day I try to do a kitchen tidy and make our beds in the morning. I do some content work for Planner Kate. I don't have to post for Correfective Paper, but I do like to keep track of when I am posting since I am part of the Q1 affiliate team. And then I also like to just make sure that I'm posting what I want to share for my own channel life stuff with you guys. So that is a look at the tracker. And then we will do a Monday, Thursday, Saturday slot down here. This is where I've been putting my content. So I'm thinking, let's see how I want to do this. Actually, I'm not going to commit to anything. So I have this week's schedule here. I'm not sure what Monday is going to look like. Thursday will probably be a week 11 Plan With Me and my Erin Condren, but I've been toying around with switching up my YouTube schedule a little bit, so I'm not going to ink anything in right now. And then for my to-do list, I'm just going to glance back. I think that, yeah, all of these things will probably be done this current week, so I have nothing yet to transfer over here other than I will need to do our church document update, download, save, all that jazz for 3/10. I have also penciled in here a line showing that my husband will be on call. So that's taken care of, and now we can go into events. So for this insert, the planning spaces, as you can see, are pretty small. I am not putting my work details here. I actually moved my work info out of this planner and put it in a Hobonichi Weeks, which has been working well for me. So this will just have personal stuff, and the boxes are smaller, so just like high-level tasks. And what I'm going to do is pull that information from my monthly insert. So to do that, I think I'll just take this out. Typically, I'm doing this in my recliner, and I would just flip back and forth. But for sake of filming and ease, we'll just go ahead and turn to this March monthly and go from there. So we have... Let's get this week turned. I also have this magnetic clip on here to hold my page and for me to open it quickly to this section when I have my planner out. I don't even remember where I got that little magnetic clip, but it's very thin profile and I've been enjoying that as well. Okay, so Monday the 11th. Nothing, well, actually I say that. We will have Taekwondo practice that will resume, and that is at 5:45. So I'm going to put that closer to the bottom. Use a bullet journal signifier as an open circle since it's an event, and put down practice. Looks like Tuesday is a PTO meeting. Wednesday, we will have practice and church. And Thursday, we will have another practice opportunity, and I don't see anything else on the calendar for Thursday evening. And then headed into the weekend, we have nothing planned other than my husband being on call. So the reason that I like this specific weekly insert is I can quickly see the entire week. It doesn't take up a lot of time for me to sit down and fill this out once a week. So now I'm already ready for the week of the 11th. I have room for to-dos, have my tracker and space for my content planning. And if I have something come up that has to occur like every day, this was a couple weeks ago for reading week. We had something, an event to do every day, like wear a hat, wear a word shirt. So I listed Monday through Friday here and could mark those off if and when they happened. So overall, really enjoying the move over to this insert. I have no issues with it at this point, really enjoying it, and we'll see where the month takes us. All right, let's go ahead and put these weekly pages back up. Again, the weekly insert is from Creffective Paper. I'll have all of the shops linked below in the description for you. I'll even link the exact insert so you shouldn't have to search around on the websites. And we're going to move into a little daily planning. So for my daily planning pages, I moved over to the Ghosting Pen 4mm grid. Good morning. It is Wednesday, and I am just doing like our morning routine stuff. And one of those things is checking my son's folder and seeing if there's anything like calendars or money events that I need to return or sign up for. And I found this note from my son's teacher on his paper, and I just absolutely love it. So my son likes to leave notes, and he wrote, "Best teacher ever." And then his teacher wrote back, "Best chicken farmer ever." And I love that so much. Sorry, the transition there was kind of awkward. We'll get back to that daily planning page in a minute. But since it's Wednesday and I need to drive to work, I thought I would film just this little snippet of my drive, because when I tell people I'm from Illinois, they assume that that means Chicago. And I always say no, like the cornfield portion. Here I am at work, and I typically start my day out in my office if at all possible. I am the special ed director for our district, so I go to all 3 buildings in the district, but this is my home base location, and I like to start my day here and check emails, return calls, and I also always get my planner out. You'll see that here in just a second. Get that open to my daily page so I can see my meeting times, my appointments, my to-dos, and then I like to straighten my files that I always keep on the right-hand side of my desk. Okay, workday is over. I didn't show you a lot of my workday for confidentiality reasons, working with students, but I am back home and now back to that 4mm daily grid page from the Ghosting Pen. The Ghosting Pen is actually a shop owned by Lindsay Scribbles, if you've heard of her. So one of the things that I love about this is actually just the grid size. So I have pretty small handwriting, I would say, and this 4mm grid is just like the sweet spot for me. I don't have to try to write larger or smaller to fill the space. Just my natural handwriting fits really well on this particular grid size. So if you have smallish handwriting, you might consider giving this particular grid size a try. I was really nervous about trying this type of insert as my daily insert because it's literally just a grid page. And in the past, I have tried many different inserts like this where it's kind of just a blank open slate, and it really hasn't worked for me in the past. I have always preferred for the insert to be structured for me, where I have a section for to-dos, a section for notes, a section for a schedule. But I have just fully embraced this specific daily and have fallen in love with it. And I've played around a little bit with where I put certain things on the page. But some of the things, like the tracker that I put down for my mood and sleep, those always go on the bottom right of the page. I think having some things in the same location is helpful for me because I don't have to think about it. When I open my planner, I can see exactly what I need to see very quickly. I don't have to search through the page, but then it also has enough flexibility that if I have more journaling to do or more to write for my gratitude than a typical day, I can just continue on into the next space or even on to the next page. I don't have to be confined to spaces, which has been really nice for me in this season of life. I did cut out a little bit of footage there just because this particular daily planning session got kind of long and you didn't need to see me write down every single thing. But I did want to point out that my Patreon account, if you are a patron, has this free March printable, even the $1 tiers. So if you're in need of a journaling prompt for March, I created what I'm calling 3 Things March, where you write down 3 things, and of course they're all different prompts, so you can check that out. This has been a fun way for me to be in my daily as kind of a reflective process. And I inevitably have to add my favorite Planner Kate stickers to these pages, which happen to be Planner Kate's Journaling Sheet 1 and Sheet 2. I use those for the day of the week stickers, and also some of the other decorative pieces that you see, like the torn washi or the paint squiggles. The other thing that I'm really enjoying about this specific daily is the fact that I can add pictures and do my memory keeping right on my daily page. So by the time I'm done with the day and I have my schedule, I have my to-dos, I have used bullet journal signifiers to mark off things that didn't get done or are migrated forward, along with my gratitude and memory keeping, I have a really good, accurate reflection of the day. So we're done here with daily planning, and we're going to move over to some prep work in my Hobonichi Cousin. I have been using my Hobonichi Cousin for all of my faith-based / church sermon, scripture, small group, all of those things, and I have really enjoyed this setup. It's not precious to me, and I can also use my fountain pens, which I love. So just as a little background information here, I have been going to a small group at my church, and my pastor asked me to find some specific verses about humility, and I was a little nervous about that, like presenting to the group. I know that might sound funny. Being a teacher, I taught high schoolers math, special ed for 13 years, and now I'm still in the education field, but there's something different about teaching or presenting to a group of peers. So I thought I better write this stuff down. And really what I did was kind of like a rough overview draft last night, which you're not seeing, which is on the left-hand side. And I had just kind of pulled all the verses that I wanted to consider on humility. And then tonight is what you're seeing now, where I'm really going through with a fine-tooth comb to consider which scriptures or verses we want to talk about at group tonight. So I'm going to fast forward you a little bit more here, but Really just going through the Bible and writing down those verses, and I will be ready for small group. All right, it is Thursday, and I just got to work a little bit early, and I want to chat about a couple of things. So if you want to chat with me in the comments about these two things, that would be fun. I'm just sitting here thinking about one of my favorite things that I've purchased for 2024, and it's not planner related, and I wondered if this is just here in Illinois or if it's kind of nationwide. But there is a new energy drink out. It's not, I don't want to say energy drink, it's plant-based energy. It's Lotus drinks, and all of the local coffee shops have started selling it, and I was getting out of control with going to purchase these drinks. So I found that you can buy it online. They have different flavor bases, and I like the white base, and then you can add syrup flavors to the drink. And I'm sitting here with my Planner Kate cup and my Lotus drink that I made at home instead of purchasing at a local coffee shop this morning. But I have saved so much money by doing that, making them at home, that is, and I really enjoy the flavors in the drinks, so I thought I'd share that. And I just wondered if it was available where you guys are at as you're watching in different states and so forth. The second thing is, I had to stop and get gas this morning, fuel, and there's only 4 pumps at this gas station. One had a truck with a trailer taking up 2 of them. One pump was not working, and then the other pump is where I pulled up to, and it said that you had to prepay inside, which I've never done before. Usually I just swipe my card at the gas station and go from there, outside at the pump. So I have never had to prepay inside because the card reader wasn't working outside. So I went in and I'm like, okay, so how does this work? Do I just guess how much fuel I'm going to need? And she's like, yep. And then if you don't use it all, your card won't be charged for the amount that you paid. It will be charged for the amount of fuel that you put in. So I'm like, okay, let's try $40. I really have no idea. $39.63 was my total, and I'm just kind of laughing that I was so close, I guess. I was expecting to be way off. So that's my second thing that I wondered if you guys wanted to chat about, just because I'm curious where you're at. Can you pay at the pump outside, or is it always prepay inside? And you guess. All right, signing off for a little bit. Maybe do some planning tonight. We'll see. Hey everyone, it is Friday, and I'm gonna wrap this video up. It's my first vlog style video, so I really don't know how long it's going to be after I do all the editing with the planner footage, but I would definitely appreciate some feedback. If you liked this style of video, I would definitely consider incorporating more of them into my YouTube schedule and lineup. I appreciate you all, and I'll see you back on my next video. Bye, friends.